Hi and welcome to this video tutorial. English is not my first language, so if anything I say doesn't make any sense to you guys, please comment below so I can kindly reply to your comments. I already opened this opened this website where I'm gonna be using this specific API to get the real-time Bitcoin value. This is an example. And I already did the Ionic serve and made the project. So let's get started. We are gonna be creating a division where it's gridded, and inside I have a row, and I'm gonna be inserting a button that takes get Bitcoin button clicked function, and its name can be a coin. And since I put this function here in the HTML file, I also need to put this in the TS file. Oh, oops, like that. So let's check. Okay, the button is safe here. So we need to put a library. We need to use another method to use this API to get the Bitcoin data eventually. And that method is HTTP. I'm going to call it HTTP, and the real library is HTTP client. However, the thing is, I don't want to use HTTP client from this library. Instead, I want to use HTTP or TTP client from Angular common and HTTP library. So if I do this, it says alias, and I can simply tap it. Now, if I go back and check, it complains, right? Because many times if you put a custom library like that, you also need to put this library into the app module.ts and make sure if it has module, and if it does, then please use module because Ionic likes to put module in app module. And the location that it should go is right here. This is going to be explained in the later lectures. Right now, we're just going to be using this fact. Okay, so let's see if it doesn't complain. It doesn't complain, so we're good to go. Now that we successfully imported this library, we can simply use this, and intuitively we're getting the Bitcoin data, so we use that. And it kindly shows us that it needs a string for URL. So we make the string format and and paste this guy right here. Copy it, paste it. Okay. And I do subscribe it, and my subscription object is called coin. Oops. And since I'm getting an unknown property, I do console log to see what it is. Okay, so everything is set and ready. So if I click this button, it's lagging. If I click this button, my console log shows me what I'm getting. I'm getting European Bitcoin, or Bitcoin in European currency, and Bitcoin in US dollar currency. And I have these properties. Why don't we open it and see? So I understand it as I'm getting Bitcoin values in two different currencies, right? And this is because this expression, I'm using two currencies. So if I get rid of Europe, I'm only going to be getting US currency Bitcoin. Oops, right here. And I can copy this structure, paste it here. What I'm doing is, you know, we are going to be using this data. So it's good if my VS Code knows the format or type of this coin, right? That's why I'm going to create a type by doing export interface, and I do $ Bitcoin, right? And it says BTC USD, so I'll copy the same thing, USD, and I put these semicolon. This is obviously any, and this is obviously number format. So paste it 3 times and change it to bit, change it to lasts, change it to oops, let me change this one, timestamp. And I simply get rid of these 3 and put a semicolon there. So now I successfully put the type of the output of my subscribe function, so I can manipulate this coin here. For instance, if I click it, then it, oops, oh, I didn't define it here. Coins type is Bitcoin. So once I define this, I can print, see, this, if I put that, and it shows me all the possible choices that I can refer. Now I want to make sure if this data is real time. So I want to put timestamp, and why don't I put the value as well, bit. Okay, so if I click it multiple times, then I'm expected to get different values for both bit and time, right? So if that's proven like this, about 5 seconds has passed and the value is slightly different. So if I click it again, then about 9 seconds has passed, the value is slightly different. So now you guys have successfully gotten this Bitcoin value in US currency. And if you scroll up or down, you will be able to see the different currency options you have. So you can, play around with those currencies, and you can play around with the Bitcoin or Ethereum, and so on and so forth. Okay, so change the title, Bitcoin. And this concludes this lecture. I'll see you guys in the next lecture.